Hey y'all, it's Brittany here with Always More Photography, a wedding and portrait photography service in Mississippi. I've created this video series for you so that you can get the best tips and tricks for your engagement or senior session, and you can make the most of your wedding photography experience. I am so excited about today's video because we are discussing the difference between a wedding planner and a wedding coordinator. But it's not just me talking with you. We have a guest vendor on the series today, and I am so excited. This is just the first of one video of many more to come, where I will be bringing on other wedding vendors to share their advice and educate brides on how to plan the most amazing wedding. So y'all stay tuned for this video. Brides, I promise it's going to be a great one. We are here with Andrea again with Perfection Wedding Coordination. We are so excited. If y'all want to learn more about her, y'all can check out the feature video, which we've posted before. But for those of you who are new around here, go ahead and introduce yourself just a little bit.
My name is Andrea Hopkins. I'm the owner of Perfection Wedding Coordinating Company, an all-inclusive event planning company stationed in Pearl, Mississippi. We offer a variety of services. We specialize in wedding planning.
Okay, cool. Today we are talking about the difference between a wedding planner and a wedding coordinator. So let's start with a wedding planner. Go ahead and explain that for us.
These are great questions because people do get confused about.
Yes, they do.
So a wedding planner is more of a person that is going to start with you from the beginning of your planning process to the end. A wedding planner keeps you on task. They give you monthly countdowns. They go with you to vendor meetings, to schedule tastings. They're there to assist you to plan your wedding day.
Right.
Some clients allow their wedding planners to take over completely. They just give them information. They just check in.
Right.
But some brides want to be a little bit more involved. But a wedding planner is for a person, a bride that needs someone to kind of hold their hand along the way. And they come in, they're there from day one to the end of the process.
I definitely wish I would have hired a planner. I do not like wedding planning. I would have gladly handed it off to somebody else and said, send me the improvements and I will check yes.
Right.
It makes things so much easier. Okay, so what about a coordinator?
So a coordinator comes in, there's actually two types. There's what they call a day of coordinator.
Right.
And then we call a month of coordinator. That person comes in at the end and kind of does the wrap up. Most brides who don't need to get a coordinator when they've kind of done the whole process,
right.
They want to make sure everything they have planned will go into play, will be executed the correct way.
Right.
So a coordinator is there for the rehearsal day and of course there for the entire day to execute the reception and the
right.
ceremony. So they kind of take care of all the final details and make sure everything comes to pass as you have planned the entire planning process.
Right, but for the most part, it is the bride, not even for the most part, all of it, is the bride planning everything.
Absolutely.
So it's a big difference between what you're needing and what you're expecting from a planner and coordinator. And I know a lot of the times brides kind of throw that in, oh, it's the same thing, because most planners are also coordinators.
Correct.
So oftentimes brides hear those words together and think that it's just the same thing, but that's like saying a photographer and videographer are the same thing.
Correct.
While they might be similar, two completely separate things, and you need two different people doing those two different services.
Right. But I do want to add, most planners will also coordinate for you as well, because
right.
they don't want to plan your wedding and not finish it with coordinator
right.
for you. So when you get a planner, you're going to also get that person to coordinate for you as well.
Right. The planner is there for everything.
The
so not only
process.
are they planning it and helping you, but they are there the day of. So
Correct.
It's not like they just leave you hanging high and dry
Correct.
on the day.
Correct.
Like they have to be there the day of to make sure that their work is followed through with.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so how would you advise a bride to pick between a planner and a coordinator based off of her needs?
Okay. So I'm going to say I'm a bride. And I'm a very busy person. I say I'm a nurse or a doctor or even a school teacher.
Right.
I'm a mother of two. I have a lot going on in my life, and it's hard for me just to settle down to plan my wedding. Those are the kind of brides who are looking for, or actually that need a planner, because they don't have the time. It takes a lot of time to plan a wedding. And the planner is going to be that person that's kind of like your buffer, your backbone, that does everything
right.
for you. So if you're a busy person, if you don't have what we call a creative mind, or can't make a lot of decisions, it's because a lot of decisions have to be made when it comes to planning
right.
a wedding, then you're the bride to look for a planner.
Right.
Those type of brides look for a planner. For a coordinator, it's for a bride who can say, I can plan my own wedding. I have the time. I want to plan my own wedding.
Right.
I'm very creative. I love decor design. I have the eye. I know exactly what I want. Those brides are the ones that need the coordinator because they know.
Have the time.
Right. The most important thing is they have the time to do those things, to plan the wedding. Those are the ones who need a coordinator.
Right.
Because they're able to do everything they need to get done, and we just come in to wrap it up.
I know a lot of the brides, and I was guilty of this too. I had a small wedding. We had less than, 50 people. Like, the entire wedding lasted less than 6 hours. And I swore, like, it's a small wedding. I can do it myself. And even in my small, literally surprise, like, basically elopement, I was so overwhelmed with everything that goes into the wedding. And I was in the industry. Like, I knew what went into planning a wedding, and I still was so overwhelmed to the point where I was like, all right, courthouse, I love you, let's go.
Yeah.
And like you said, I have that creative eye. I do this for a living. I was exposed to it. I knew what it involved, and I was still... I wish I would have planned at least a coordinator or somebody, because it is so overwhelming being a bride, and I lost so many moments in that wedding. Like, I don't even remember most of my wedding. Yeah. And I got so stressed out about it, and I hate having that be the bride's experience too.
Correct.
Like, that is the worst thing ever. And so I always tell my brides, no, you need a coordinator at the very least. I would say you need a planner. And another thing to point out too is a lot of the times brides don't choose those options because they think, oh, it's too expensive, it's out of budget. But in reality, y'all actually help them stay on budget.
Absolutely.
I went over my wedding budget multiple times, and if I would have had somebody there to plan from the beginning and know, hey, this is how much this is going to cost, you haven't thought about this, and because there's so many little mistakes and so many little financial things that come up throughout the wedding too that you have to be aware of, and you don't even realize. So brides who say, I don't have the budget, you can make the budget because it will help you stick to that budget that you've made.
And the sad thing about it, we are the last vendors that people think about.
Right.
They come to me at the very end. It's when they're stressed out.
Right, when they're stressed out and they're like, oh crap, I need
a plan. Right. And I always tell clients, not because it's my profession, we are the most important in my opinion.
Right.
Because we know what you need and what you're looking for.
And you have the connections with all the other vendors too.
Exactly.
Right.
When you're a bride, you're new to everything.
Yep.
But we are your resource for you. So again, we're the last one that they come to in the end. They're stressed out and they always say, I didn't find you in the beginning.
Right.
So when you're starting that wedding planning, top of the list,
right?
Planner,
before venue,
before
venue even, because they can connect you with venues and they can literally set up everything. That's something that I run into a lot of times with brides. They're like, oh well, we're still trying to find a venue. You can hire a coordinator and planner before you hire the venue. As long as you have a date, then you're good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else I think that covered a lot of it?
I think we did.
Okay. Thank you so much for being on the video series. We'll have you back again. Yeah, we're going to do a follow-up, so y'all be hearing more from her. Y'all be sure to go check out her services, and we are super excited for all the good things to come. And there you have it, the difference between a wedding planner and a wedding coordinator. I am so excited that y'all tuned in. Y'all stay tuned for more videos to come just like this. I am so excited about what's happening with this series. Y'all be sure to follow along on the blog, alwaysmorephotography.com/blog, and check out Instagram, always_more_photography. Have a good week, guys.